This is Wednesday Words for May the 6th, 2026 here on Following Him, the Disciple Life. The word for today is Christocentricity. Christocentricity. Now, you maybe aren't familiar with the term. You're very possibly at least partially familiar with the concept. Now, when you look at the term, the meaning is not too difficult to figure out. Christocentricity, to be Christ-centered. Another related term you might see would be Christocentric. And it's the idea that it's all about Him, to be focused on Him, to be centered on Him. Now, what's that about? Well, that's essentially what Christianity is about. That's essentially what Christianity is about. That it's all about the Christ. It's there in the word Christian. A Christian is a Christian, a disciple of the Christ. The disciple does his best to learn not just from his rabbi, but to learn his rabbi, to learn his teacher, to become just like his teacher. The Christian, the disciple of the Christ, does his best not just to learn from Christ, but to learn the Christ so that he can become just like Christ. That he learns the Christ so that he can live the Christ. This is what Christianity is about. The conclusion of Peter's sermon in Acts chapter 2. Therefore, let all the house of Israel know assuredly that God has made this Jesus, whom you crucified, both Lord and Christ. Now, I know sometimes people will try to make verse 38 the conclusion of his sermon, but it's actually not. That's Peter's answer to their question that was brought on by the conclusion of his sermon, and of course by his whole sermon in general. But the conclusion of his sermon is where he is asserting the lordship and messiahship of the Christ. That's all about Him. As Paul stated in 1 Corinthians 3:11, for no other foundation can anyone lay than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. As Paul stated in 1 Corinthians 3 verse 11, for no other foundation can anyone lay than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Or as he stated in Philippians 1 verse 21, for to me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. It's all about Him. So Christocentricity, to be centered on the Christ. You have a good rest of the day, and shalom.